man.
All right. Welcome to the episode. It's been a long time. I should have left you without a
number
dope
7, bro. Lucky number 7.
7 already.
Yeah, we had to, take some time for this one.
You know what? We took time because there was a civil war going on. There's a lot going on in the world. In the world,
for real.
World.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot going on in the world. So if you know. So welcome to episode 7. It's been how long? A couple weeks, man.
It's probably been the longest span that we took.
Yeah. But it's good because, every time we take breaks, we do reflect. It's not like we're just not, we reflect on what we said before. Mm-hmm. We think about it. And, if we have to correct something, we don't mind going back and correct it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we might do that. I think we're going to do that this episode. We might correct one thing, So, we got to get into that. So, might correct some music takes that we had.
It's not spoiling now.
Yeah, that's not spoiling. It's a pod. It's going, let's take it easy.
We're going to start with some vibes.
Let's start with some vibes. But before anything, you doing good? You good?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
Complaining. Yeah. Ready for the heat to come?
Yes.
Enjoying this little, mid, in between where it's not steaming hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
How about you?
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for you to ask me.
How you doing?
Talk to me. I'm good.
Talk to me. You got something off your chest, bro?
No, I just want to keep doing music. I got a new record out. I don't know if you heard it.
Really?
I got a new record out. I'm not going to say nothing, but I'll let you hear that later.
Okay.
New record. And also me and Jay were shooting a video for a record that I did too, right? That we got to, make Jay makes an appearance there. So we got to do that. And that's it. I'm just excited for that. Also for, I don't know, man. I've been taking the personal faith, personal walk with God more personal. Like a personal. Like I know it's personal, but I really see how personal it is, bro.
Okay.
Like a day-to-day. Like, you know how it is. Like God, Father, you being a son. Like it feels like I've had those days or weeks where it feels personal. Like if you're going through something, it feels like a personal thing. It's not just like God is distant. Like when you're going through something, you feel more personal with God. Like I think that's when you can know. That's when you understand it. Yeah. The personal relationship. When people say, like the Christians say, "Oh, this is not religion. This is a relationship." Mm-hmm. Well, you feel that when you're going through a lot of drama, especially when you feel like it's just you and God. That's when it feels more personal. And I gotta say, I thank God because even when I was going through a lot of trauma, not trauma, just little dramas here and there, it felt personal. It felt God was with me.
So that stuff you was telling me about it's all cleared up. It's all good.
It feels clear, and at the same time, I like it because even when I was going through it, it felt personal with God.
Yeah.
It felt one-on-one. It felt like
it's suffering.
It's just you and God.
That suffering, man. There's nothing like that suffering.
Yeah.
And nothing can make suffering more endurable than realizing you're suffering with Christ, for Christ. Right? Because He did it and we're doing it too, and we're enduring that. It's that's the toughest you could be, enduring pain. Yeah. For righteousness.
And even when you don't understand it, right, Job and stuff, even if you think it's discipline, it's still personal. It's still personal because it's not just because a father would discipline his children. Mm-hmm. It's still personal stuff, It's always a personal thing. No matter what, it's either personal discipline or just personal, you're going through your struggle, your suffering. Mm-hmm. It's a personal thing. So it's cool. It's not what I look for, but if it happens, it happens, and you're walking with God. And if you've been in the faith long enough, if you're seasoned, you know what time it is. Another
word that you might be looking for is intimate too, right? Is that kind of the thing you're talking about?
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's exactly right. But that's honestly, bro, I do see how the suffering church is. It kind of it's good. It does purge. It does purify it in a way. It does purge out the fake and the nonsense. Like if you're really in it. So I can see how that's a thing. Man, that should be the doctrine of the day, bro. Suffering. That should be the doctrine of the personal suffering, the personal relationship with God, bro.
We can do that.
That's the yo.
We can do it audible.
Let's do that, bro. We should just start with the doctrine of the day, bro.
Okay,
we just going in.
Okay.
We just started going in. Let's
so
do that.
Suffering.
All right, yeah. So suffering for Christ's sake, or suffering, yeah. You as a believer, what do you think about that? You suffering as a believer for the faith, or your faith and you and God only?
Yeah. There's a lot of different levels to the suffering, right? So there's suffering of persecution. There's suffering of, even denying yourself is a suffering, right?
Right.
And that's suffering for Christ because it's something you really want, but you're denying yourself.
Okay, yes.
And
yes,
so
yes,
you're suffering the craving.
Yes.
Right? So there's suffering in there. There's suffering with sin and the guilt and the repentance. That's suffering in a way too, I think, right?
Right. Well, at church,
that's a different angle, different levels.
Yeah, but that what you're saying about suffering, even denying yourself, like at church, Jamie, one of the elders over there at Grace Gospel Chapel. Shout out to Grace Gospel Chapel. He mentioned starving the flesh, right? And how do you feel? And when you're walking in the Spirit, when you become a believer, you walk in the Spirit. You're in the Spirit. Like how do you starve the flesh, and how you grow walking by the Spirit? You starve the flesh by denying yourself from those fleshly
taking
desires.
Off.
Yeah, you gotta starve it, kill the flesh. Like then, don't open the door to anything. Like literally cold turkey. Stop it cold turkey. Now like play around. Like I'm listen to this. It might get you riled up. Anything that can get you like, don't play around with it. Don't toy with that animal, like a wolf. Like you playing around, like waving.
It's gonna bite you.
Yeah, like a treat. It's gonna bite you. So you gotta starve that. You gotta kill that cold turkey. And then the Spirit. How you grow in the Spirit? You read the Bible.
Yeah.
You pray to God. You fellowship. Right?
Yep. You do good deeds that He puts before you.
You worship with people. You hang out with the believers. Prayer,
fellowship.
All those things are Spirit led. Those things are gonna feed the Spirit. So you do that more and more. Your thoughts will be cleaner. You'll be thinking better. You just be breathing easier.
Yeah.
In the Spirit, right?
Yeah, and it's hard to just take off and leave it off. Just stop it and leave it off unless you replace it, right? With instead of like not doing something bad, do something good.
Right.
You won't have time to do the bad thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Because you could take off bad stuff and you could just be like that. But it won't
last long.
Yeah, because if you're not doing
because
anything,
you're idle now.
Yeah, because then something's
which
gonna
is
creep
bad
up.
itself too.
Yeah,
Idle is another bad thing.
Yep, it's gonna creep up. So those two things are important. So going back to the topic, I guess it's the doctrine of the day. Early, started off early, bro. The personal suffering. So one is that like you suffer personal suffering because of you're starving the flesh or you're denying yourself.
It's the suffering of denial. Yeah.
Denial, and then also persecution.
Yeah.
Persecution, like
and
you're getting
persecution
attacked.
comes in different layers too, right? Because there's like subtle persecution where it's not like direct persecution. It's more of consequences to choosing righteousness over something, taking a stand on something. You might have someone that you rub a wrong way, or you might not get a promotion, or you might not get invited here,
right?
Or those are like, I don't know if that's persecution, but it's maybe like the most light level of persecution, where it's not even direct.
Yeah, I mean, you saying at the workplace?
Anywhere.
I've seen persecution at the workplace.
Yeah,
like bad persecution.
Just
where
with
like
people, anywhere with people, and that's everywhere. Work, home,
anywhere with
school. People. I mean, like once if you're like making a stand on certain things, you're gonna feel the repercussions of that, and that's the suffering. You're gonna start feeling the results of people, treating you a certain way,
right?
Maybe calling you certain things, talking behind your back.
If you stand for something, you said.
If you stand for something,
even if when you're not standing for something, even if you're just living,
if they just know that.
Yeah, you're not doing nothing wrong. You just living
sometimes it could just be the way to carry yourself, and they just be like, "Oh, this person thinks this is that."
Yeah, and then you could be suffering for that.
They know what you think all of a sudden,
or they seen that you're not like them, so they trying to like. Yeah, that's tough, man. Yeah. And then you're dealing with the people like that. That's coming from people persecuting you, the fallen man.
And that comes from everywhere, bro.
The fallen world.
Even your own home, bro. You know.
Oh yeah, the sinful nature, the fallen nature of human beings is gonna attack you as a persecution in a way, right?
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Like, you gotta just. How do you deal with that? How would you deal with that when you're getting and you feel like that at work, or you feel like that? You know, how do you deal with it? Like,
It all goes back to, you know, the word, because in the word we got so many examples, right? We got Paul, we got Jesus, we got, I mean, how many? Just of people taking a stand and and the world hating them because it's a mirror on themselves, right? They see their sin when they see that, you know, you're trying to live righteous, and they hate God, and they hate the judgment on themselves, and they take it out on the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's good that you mentioned these people, because those are like examples that you could look at.
Yep.
Oh, notice how Christ suffered. Or notice how Paul suffered. Notice how Stephen, you know, he was stoned.
You're in good company, right? Like, you're suffering with them, and Christ is with you. Remember, Christ was in the fire.
Yes, Daniel.
And it's almost like the fire is, you're not quenched by it because Christ is with you when you're suffering. Right?
That's tough. I actually saw the Daniel play in Lancaster, the Book of Daniel. They have the play going on right now. Great play, but that's it right there. The suffering that he went through, he was being attacked by the people. You know, like they hated on him.
He took a stand. They told him,
even the king and everybody,
don't pray.
Don't pray.
He said, man.
Yeah.
I'm praying.
His convictions for God, his stance, his belief, his faith in God, made him strong enough, made him bold enough to go against, you know, the world, or the city, or the king, or whatever things that were not from God. Right? So anything that's not agreeing with God, and you're being persecuted for that, you can go through that.
Yep.
And you have examples like Daniel and his friends. You know, they threw him in the fire.
Stephen, right?
Stephen, they stoned him to death. But Daniel's a good example, because you see it's a personal life, and then you see him go through, you know, a lot of lies, and they put him in the lion's den. You know, they put him in the lion's den, and God protected him. He protected him in Babylon with different kings. Doom, doom. Like, he went through that different, you know. Yeah. He was useful. Joseph, right? Joseph.
Yeah.
When he went to Egypt as a slave, and God protected him, and he was under God's, you know, even when they lied about him. Yeah. When they lied about him, that woman that said, you know, Potiphar's wife. Potiphar's wife. And then he God, you know, was with him, even though they put him in jail for a little bit, but God still had a plan, and he became like the second in command or something like that.
Imagine Joseph at that time, like, I already got betrayed by my brothers. Oh man! I already got sold to slavery. I already did time in this prison. Now they're doing this to me, bro.
They got him like the Diddy. But I don't know. For this one, Joseph was like an innocent guy. It's like, you know, we don't want to take it there. We might talk about that later on, but that's extra. That's extra.
Jumping the gun here, right?
Hold on. All right, wait. So we got examples. We got
Job too. That's another layer of suffering.
That's not even
just natural, just
supernatural
suffering.
too.
Yeah, it's supernatural, but at the same time, it's like affliction. It's affliction. It's sickness.
Yes,
it was you know, death around him.
Yes,
it was his business, all that stuff, losing everything. Like,
right.
That's natural disasters. 100. If it wasn't like that you know, situation.
Yeah.
So like even that even that suffering.
Yeah, but that's hard because he's feeling in the natural realm, but the supernatural is doing things. Like, the devil literally sent things to kill, you know, his family and his animals, and like friends that came up attacking him as character. Yeah. Even though he didn't do anything wrong, but that's hard, because now you're dealing. That might be one of the worst. That might be one of the toughest, because you're dealing with something that's beyond you, outside of your realm, whereas like you have no control over that. Yeah, you couldn't do it.
There's plenty of things like that happen in the world where it's like people question God, like how can this happen? Like,
right,
it can happen, you know, anywhere, anyone, and
yeah. Yo, wait a second. Yeah, talking about that, yo, I've seen some like recommendation on YouTube of these people, like videos from like 2 or 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years, 6 years ago, of like, oh, stage 4 cancer person, like this is my update. I'm like, bro, why is this recommended to me now? Like, and I'm looking at that, I'm like, dang, they went through some stuff. Some people ain't make it. You know, I don't know. I didn't look at all the stories, but I'm like, you know, it just pops up in your feed randomly, right? So you just click it. I'm like, man. And then I thought about it, bro, this person actually lived and had to go through this. And, you know, there's a story behind this. Boom. So there's stories behind those things. So there's a lot of, like, suffering. And then I've seen on YouTube of a husband that lost his wife due to something like that. And, like, he kept it going, like, give the channel. I'm like, bro, that's rough, bro. But that suffering's tough. And we don't know that. Some of those, we don't know.
Yeah.
Right? We can't answer everything.
Yeah, just like Job had no idea.
Yeah, that's
what
tough.
in the world was happening.
That's tough. Yeah, because it's natural.
Yeah.
Because of fallen state, you know, the corruption of the human body. Right? Everything's fallen, so there's going to be sickness, diseases that happen because of the corrupted state that we live in, and this world is corrupted.
Yeah.
And
God would have been, I think, perfectly justified. I mean, you know, and he's a potter, right? We can't question. He would have been perfectly justified in not partaking in the suffering, but God came in the form of a man and suffered everything we suffered.
Bro, I look at those videos and I'm like, bro, it's literally a mercy day. Like, God could just, like that.
What videos?
I need those videos that from back then, all those people that went through those cancer stuff, or like the last day of life. Like, bro, we're here by, like, we don't know how long we got.
Yeah, I'll be honest, bro.
That's scary.
No, like, I'll be honest, Echo.
It's all great.
Never more than the last, I don't know, 3-4 months. I've never ever felt this, like, finite, and felt this like fragile life. Right? Like, my heart's been beating weird. Like, my breath, sometimes I can't breathe that good. And, you know, if I don't, like, eat at a certain time of the day, I'm, like, got a little shakes on. It's like, it's just so many things. And people around me everywhere are passing, bro. That's true. And it's like, it always sobers you up. But, you know, when we were young, we didn't have none of this, this feeling of it, bro. We just felt invincible. Yeah. Do whatever we want. I know this is off topic, but...
It is off topic, but it comes with time. Yeah. It comes with time, but it's also like a notice. We're getting older, so we have to take care of ourselves a little bit more than we did when we were like 16, bro, 17, 18, you know? Yeah. Because you have a lot of energy and you're still young. Your body has, you know... Your
body's like a rubber band. Just whatever you do to it, it's quick. Just... You're good. You know?
So I take the LeBron approach. I'm like, I know I could do extra, but I'm going to sleep. I'm going to take a nap. You do as much as you can to pace yourself and to take care of your health. Like, okay, I'm just going to drink water. I'm going to drink this healthy drink.
Yeah. Like, it is something I'm just...
It's good, bro.
But I'm just starting to really try to do it. Like, I never paced myself before. Like, bro, I would get food and just hung.
Yep. Come from behind me, out the staircase. Hung. It was already supposed to happen.
I know that sound. Everybody knows that sound.
Bro, and it's like... I gotta be like an old man, get up slow, eat slow. Like, this is crazy, man.
Hey, listen, but it's okay, bro. Even though I feel like, yes, I do the same thing. Like, I feel like, yo, I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna take a nap before coming through here. I was like, yo, Jay said 7, but he wanted to switch. I'm about to take a nap. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a nap later, or I'm just gonna sleep well tonight. But I almost did, because that's what I'd be thinking. I was like, bro.
That power nap, little 30-minute power nap be just...
Listen, when I was younger back then, bro, forget a nap. I'm out. I'll be wilding. I'll be waiting in Dunkin' Donuts for a whole hour chilling. Now I'm like, nah, bro. I need to take my time. I gotta relax, get my energy right. You know, I really gotta pace. You gotta pace yourself, and you gotta think about, you know, what your body has been going through.
And you know what? That's another level of suffering. And guess what suffering that is?
What was that?
The groaning of creation.
Romans,
right? Let's put it right here.
Yeah.
So even the creation groans, waiting for, what's the word? Waiting for, right here.
For the adoption. Oh, no, for the glory, adoption. Of
something. Something like that. So basically, all of creation is in pain. It knows something's not right. The ground was cursed for man's sake, right? So yeah, suffering is even the trees are suffering.
Yeah, the trees, the grass, everything.
The animals are suffering. They have dread. They fear us after the flood.
Right.
Right.
Oh wow.
In every aspect, suffering.
That's right. Your body is also suffering.
Yep.
Because it breaks down, right?
Yeah.
So like since it breaks down, we gotta be wise. We gotta be wise and try to use any advantage we can to kind of stay intact.
Goodness gracious, man! I wish I really knew that when they said this is good for you as a kid, that like it really is good for you. Like we hear good for you, like but it tastes like crap.
Nah, yo, look.
Now I'm like, bro, I'm eating salads.
Start eating
fruit salads. I'm out here,
like,
bro.
Yeah, start that, man. You know, don't be drinking. I'll be honest, yo. I've seen people from high school
a lot of
drinking.
water, yo. Drink water.
I see a lot of people from high school that had that lifestyle crazy and kept it going for a long time and looking really older now.
They look older.
Oh, really old. Wow. Cause the body's like telling you like, yo, like what are you doing, bro? Yeah. You're going too crazy. So so yeah, man, just take care of yourself. Cause you could suffer like that. You could suffer because you're gonna suffer either way because your body's breaking. So you want to make sure you're able. You're not. What is it? Speeding the process.
Yeah, taking days off.
You don't speed the process. Actually, I'm gonna start getting back to my workouts because I take months off, then I go back. Take months off, then I go back. Like I gotta get back to it because, so the body suffers naturally. Personal attacks, supernatural things that you can't control. Sickness, and there's a person, and you just feel like a one-on-one with God. But in all this, you gotta be it has to be personal with God, bro.
Yeah.
That has to be. That has to be, bro. Any type of suffering.
It can't just be for show, right?
Yeah. So so I think that's good.
We all have those moments, probably
What was that?
Where it's more
discipline.
Yeah, more discipline than other times, and
even if it's discipline, bro, take it as a personal, loving Father, and He loves you, bro. Even in the discipline, that's what I understood. Even in the discipline. He literally loves you.
It's because He loves you.
And like literally, I feel the loving discipline. It's like discipline. Yeah, it sucks, but bro, it's loving. It's weird, bro. It's a weird thing. Even though I have never seen God, bro.
Sucks, but it's like...
I've never seen God with my eyes, but there's times where you just feel like God, moving things around.
Yeah, He'll talk to you through anything sometimes.
Yeah, He'll move things around. He'll show you.
I told you some things He talked to me through. It's hilarious. But
He'll use a donkey if He has to.
Let's do. We got a few more minutes. Let's do the music.
Let's do the music. So let's say that's the doctrine of the day.
Yeah, that's the doctrine of the day. Suffering.
Started early. Hit you with
that was a lot. We got deep a little bit there.
Seven
some things in there.
Seven means complete. Number of the Lord.
Okay, so for our music shout out, it's somebody that Echo doesn't know a lot about, but it's someone I've been following for some time now. When he looked like Justin Bieber back in the day, put a picture right here. But today we're gonna go over Hulvey. He's an artist on Reach Records. He's been there for a while. He sings, raps.
Okay.
I love his style of music.
Yeah.
It's really like contemporary, modern style, but he does it really good. Really good delivery, production, and really good message. Always God-centered. So we're gonna listen to a song called "Can't Tell It All."
Can't tell it all.
Echo never heard this, so this is gonna be a genuine reaction for him.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let's start it off.
And I strap on my gloves. Boy, I've been prepping since like I was 7. And thing is, I'm already covered in blood. Walking in love, this for the ones who've been stuck in the mud. Searching for hope. Trust me, I know what it feel like to drown on my problems, but God came and threw me the rope. Can't wait to look in His eyes. rise. All of my life I've been battling lies. I found the truth and took off my disguise. Come from my head, I still live for the prize. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was in the city going down, trying to blow. Everything changed when I learned to let it go. Hopping on stage, I ain't in it for the show. Only got one life, so I gotta let them know. Talk about real. I seen a man's whole bag heal. I seen a woman drooling out the mouth. I seen the demons in her cast it out. I seen my brother throw his whole vape in the lake. Seen smooth heal from the dark. I seen the spirit change my own heart. Can't tell it all, but this a good start.
Man, this guy was rapping.
Can't tell it all.
I was expecting a mellow vibe, you know, we singing with everybody, kumbaya. This man rapping.
Yes, sir. He raps
man,
and sings, bro. He does it all.
Okay, so he's rapping. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna keep going.
Keep it going.
Oh. This is nice. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
First artist that I listen to is Elvis. Think about my life and I don't wanna die selfish. Living helpless like no one else is enough for me. Wanna walk with God, you gotta walk with some good company. Not the ones that build your company. Reach don't come for me. I find a real good thing, not just when I feel good thing. Yeah, the spirit lead me when I'm living out my day. Help me see it when I'm going my own way. I got love for the king, love for the gang, love for my father. You can take everything, even the pain works for your honor. Honor, honor, honor. Yeah, yeah. This is my story, yeah. But you write it for me. Lord, please remind me that it's all for your glory. It's all for your glory, 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 glory. It's all for your glory, glory. It's all for your glory, 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 glory.
It's funny, I never even heard this part.
That's crazy.
Because I heard the remix doesn't even have all this.
Yeah. Glory to God.
Wow, bro.
The end sounded like it might have been a little freestyle.
Wow.
Yeah, man, Hulvey, I told you, we gotta put him on, bro.
Wow,
Hulvey,
bro.
Hulvey needs them flowers, man.
Bro, this guy was rapping. Then he got swagged out. We went to Reach Records and Lecrae gave him swag. That's what it felt like. They gave him swag.
Yeah, he really developed. Listen, he started. He didn't sound as good when he started. He really.
That's what I was gonna say.
He made use of Reach Records.
Yeah.
Let's put a little blue right there for Reach Records, and that's Lecrae's label.
Wow.
And he took that team and ran with it.
Bro, that sounds good.
You go to his Apple Music and you go to his top songs. You just press play,
and it's great.
Like the first 10 songs are gonna be.
I'm gonna rock with it. I honestly only heard like one record and I thought it was good, but I didn't know he was rapping, and then he got this going.
Yep,
so
yep.
yeah, no, he got a bag.
Yeah, you like it?
He got swaggy. He got swaggy
Right,
on
man,
him.
you gotta support him, man. No more Nas.
Nah, Hulvey.
No more Nas, bro. That's it.
Nah, you know what? I respect that. I like the artist development, because I heard an old song and it was nice. I just didn't, I thought it was like, okay, this is normal.
Yeah.
But this was like two styles.
Yeah.
So I see growth in that. And for those artists that know, they know.
And it's real God-centered, right?
Yes, sir.
Not a lot of pride, not a lot of
So Hulvey?
not a lot of world in there. It's like, it seems original.
Yeah.
Hulvey, shout out to you, man. Keep doing your thing. We see you.
Yeah.
You are noticed.
And don't copyright us if we play the music.
Yeah, bro. Come on. Do like
Reach
Kendrick
Records,
did,
man. Do what Kendrick did, man.
Pull a K-Dot for your boy.
And this is for y'all, man. This is for y'all. This is a good promo for y'all.
Yeah. We ain't making no money off this, man. Come on, stop.
Nah, that's it. All right.
But anyway, so that's the music wrap up. What's next on the list? So we got some more shout outs.
Yeah.
We got some more shout outs on the way.
We're going to some more shout outs on the way. From the dailies. We're back from the dailies.
Back to my halftime. We had to huddle up.
Yes, sir.
And draw some X's and O's.
Yes.
I'm going to do a run to the left. He going to block for me.
Yes, sir. So, next up, do you want to go back to music-related topic?
Yeah, man. So
let's do that.
Last pod, after thinking about it and seeing things play out, reflecting, Lord convicting, we realized that we really took more of a fan approach to the battle situation with the rap battle, and we really could have took an opportunity to talk about the pride and
bigger picture.
Yeah, the bigger picture of how that plays out. And it played out crazy this time.
It did.
Last time it didn't even start, right?
It didn't start. We were anticipating the start. And
it kind of like it kind of started, but it didn't really get full swing.
Yeah, it wasn't at full effect, but we did anticipate it, and it was happening, and and
it took the world by storm, didn't it?
That was a big. In the music, hip-hop scene, that was like the biggest thing ever.
Honestly, it was big everywhere, bro.
You know,
it was on ESPN.
It was everywhere. It was everywhere. But I'm glad that we didn't get sucked into... You know what? I'm happy we took a break.
I got a little sucked in. I think that's a part of the reason we took a break, too.
Yes.
Because we were supposed to do a episode that week, and then things kept coming in. We didn't even talk for like a week and a half after that.
But it's good that we took that I didn't want to get... in camera, get sucked into this
in the
stuff,
middle of it.
And we just see. Look, man, too many people started doing videos and saw ravenous, horrible reviews and just talk about it like people that never even heard of hip hop. Just talk about this stuff, and I'm happy we did it because we would have been in the fan approach again. Yeah, would have been too much of a fan of this instead of being what's the bigger picture? What's the pride coming in?
Yeah, I think we've been fans for almost as long as we've been believers, right? So
wow.
And we've been waiting for as fans before we were believers for this altercation between these two. So So we got a little excited, right?
yeah.
But at the same time, we looked at it and it got ugly, man. And just looking at rap battles in general, it's kind of silly when you think about it, like.
It's silly, it gets ugly, and there's a lot of lessons learned, even in the battles, right? And this thing that just took place with the Kendrick and the Drake, there's lessons learned if you're mature enough. There's lessons learned, right? Is it an exhibition on skills, or is it just
they're trying to destroy each other.
Once a line gets crossed, which usually happens a lot in a rap battle, it's gonna get ugly. So it got like that, right? So it is what it is. But overall, I'm saying as a believer in this, as a mature believer in all of this, we look at this stuff, and we saw what happened with J. Cole, how he just kind of didn't want to get involved with this. Yeah. And we thought at first it was like, oh, you know what?
Yeah, that's really what the part I'm talking about.
That's what we're getting to. So we thought, oh, you know what? But you know what? Now it's kind of mature to do that.
Yeah.
If he really meant everything he said.
Yeah, I think Cole came out the best one out of this, because
mature guy.
Yeah, he just looks like the guy on the beach,
mature guy.
And
it looked like he almost had foresight of this. Yeah, that's a mature. If he really meant that, if he really meant like he was trying to be on the right path,
he really slept.
Trying to be peace with God, trying to have sleep, peace with God. If he really meant all that, that's the maturest thing you could do. Yeah, that's a lot of maturity at first to think of like that.
Yeah.
But we don't know. I don't know his true intent, right? Only God knows.
And look how long it lasted. The scrutiny of him doing that. It didn't last long at all. It lasted
couple weeks.
Couple days.
I think once the battle started going, I think they started slowly taking jabs here and there, but then it started dying. I mean, overall, just say a month. Let's just say a month. Yeah. Let's say a month, right? But whatever. Right now, going back to that, the mature thing that I always said it was, okay, J. Cole, you don't want to get involved in this nonsense, in this craziness, but you want to do the right thing. You want to have peace with yourself, be right with God, follow the right path. Yeah. You said to forgive him, right? So I forgive J. Cole, but I do want to see J. Cole mature into what he could be. Yeah. I would love for J. Cole to mature so much where he's just away from the worldly stuff and just really with God. Yeah. That's the best. Bro, that would be amazing. That's my take on J. Cole, man.
Another lesson in that whole battle situation is pride, right? Pride comes before the fall. And I feel like that's where Drake went wrong. His pride defeated him. He's been being super prideful for a long time. His music, he's been talking Like he's just sunning everybody, and he's just the man.
Right.
And the whole game turned against him. It's like, you know, we gave you the shot, we gave you the legitimacy, and you ran with it. So you know, that pride. Look what happens, man. That fall is far. Drake was on the top, and you never thought, you know, it could he could lose his prestige. But you know,
when you're prideful, you become arrogant, and you just discard.
The world wants to see you fall when you're prideful. What's the proverb? I forget which one it is, but if we put it right here, that, you know, when a man's way is upright, I think even God makes even his enemies at peace.
Yes.
So,
right. So yeah. So overall, this is like a good. So in this battle, there was a lot of lessons. I would like to say there was a lot of lessons. There was a lot of lessons of do the mature thing like J. Cole did. Do the mature thing. Also, there's also those people that engage in the battle. There's the pride, and there's the way to kind of engage in the more thoughtful way. That kind of one.
Also, there's little lessons in war too. Think about it, like, you know, we're at war with the devil. You know.
There we go.
And the way Kendrick did things was like prepared, like efficient, like, and
what did Jesus say? Does a general go to war without counting the cross?
Without counting,
Like counted before he went, went to war.
And Drake didn't do that.
No.
Drake didn't do that.
No. Like K-Dot did. It looked like K-Dot actually thought about it, counted what could happen.
And Kendrick, though his music is vulgar sometimes, like, he's a man of his time, and his art reflects the ugly world that is, but in the overall scope of his artistry, his brand, his approach to everything, he's like the light in the dirty hip hop.
Yeah, he's more conscious about it.
A lot more conscious, and I mean, the first one is To Pimp a Butterfly. Then it's Damn, which is really like can lead you to the gospel. It has like a gospel message in it, or really a depraved message in it. It shows that the world's depraved. And then he went to the one with Therapy, the last album.
Mr. Morale.
And it's all leading, like it's to help the world. So it's good that Kendrick won. He's walking in a better way, and the world, you know.
Yeah, it could lead more to more thought-provoking, conscious decisions you make in life.
And the fact that guy is the one that took down the prideful, like just the world, evil artist.
Yeah, the arrogant
like
one.
Just that shows you, like, the one that walks upright, even his enemy, you know.
Yeah, God could humble somebody. Humble, pun intended. I think that this battle showed a lot of lessons, and I love that, man. I love that as a believer, you could kind of see that's the right approach.
Yeah.
That's the right approach.
It got real silly, man. Everybody jumping in and making disses.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody dissing everybody now.
Yeah, but the world's
corny.
Gonna do the
That's the
corny.
part that's corny to me. It's like,
yeah, I'm above that. I don't even look at that. I don't even. Yeah. That's nonsense. So, you know, but yeah, man. So going back to what we said, we didn't want to be too much fans of this, but we wanted to see what's the more mature take we can take of this.
Yeah,
I
just wish we had this fandom when we talked about it the first time. But, you know, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, but at least we can reflect.
Yep.
And go back and correct and kind of like we didn't go too far into it because
I was a little wrapped up in it, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I get it.
Because so many things are coming out, man. It was getting, like, still to this day, things are getting unfolded, and it's getting real nasty, real dark. Kendrick
mentioned how the industry, there's secrets in the industry, right? And we know this because the world, the whole world,
them people.
Yeah, them people. And the whole world sits in the devil's lap, right? So there's things that go on. Like, we talked about these guys, them peoples.
And this year
in the industries.
And Cat Williams set it off. He said this year's the year.
Is crazy.
Everything's getting exposed.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. You know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. But I'm not scared of being the competition. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. All of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out.
It already started with Diddy. Now it's starting to happen with Drake.
Oh, man.
And back to Diddy again.
Yeah.
And I feel like more is on the way, man.
Yeah, and we know this. We know this because we know the industry. We know that, like, we heard so many like things about the
There's
industry
so much
being crazy.
dark. I bet we can't even imagine.
That we wouldn't even know everything, but it's there. You know, it's there, but we shouldn't be surprised by these things. We shouldn't be surprised by these things.
I mean, it's hard not to. I mean,
that's just the industry, bro. There's political
but like,
corruption too.
It's still surprising. Like, we know it's there.
Yeah.
But when we see and hear actual evidence, actual facts of what actually happens, it's disgusting.
But in Ezekiel, remember the Spirit takes Ezekiel through like a hidden thing, a hidden temple, a hidden wall, where you got these high priests worshiping these idols in secret.
Gotta read Ezekiel,
Spooky
bro.
stuff.
I still haven't read Ezekiel.
Yo, we gotta go back to that. Spooky stuff. If that could happen, if God knows that, these guys in a weird temple, like Bohemian Grove type of thing. If God knows that,
Yeah.
the industry be weird, bro. And people that you don't expect, like a Diddy thing, very possible Drake thing. But you don't expect that because they're so polished. It's so polished, right? They'd have a polished image almost. But it happens,
That's why
bro.
I don't believe nothing, bro.
I don't believe the game. I don't believe the industry. I don't believe movies, anything like that. Just
I don't even believe like YouTube videos no more. Like, things be staged.
Everything's staged.
Like TikTok shorts of running into people doing, oh, this is staged. It's
Everything's
annoying,
staged.
man.
Yeah, the whole world. That's why we gotta want to be focused on reality. What's reality? What's truth, right? That's important.
Yeah.
Because they're always gonna show. It's always gonna play out.
Bro, it's so easy to get wrapped up in the interactions online, bro. Just when we post the video and we post some shorts, like, I get in that, oh, cool, I like doing this. I like,
Yes.
yeah. And then it lasts for a little while. You want to keep doing it, and then you keep feeding it. You doing that for weeks, but
yeah, in this world, bro. And then, not to mention how AI is also a big thing happening. Like we mentioned this before, how AI and how it keeps upgrading. There's so many things that can happen with AI. So a lot of visuals.
I don't trust nothing.
Visuals,
now, even with the AI,
music,
dude,
the way they put things together.
What
manufacturers.
if this is AI, bro? What if we not even real, bro?
I'm not even
We
here.
just put our face and our voice, and we just tell them what to say.
Oh man,
let's talk about some God things and just let it go.
And let the AI do the work.
Like, that could really be a thing.
Oh my gosh. That's terrible thinking.
That's just nasty, bro.
So if you're watching this on YouTube, don't be too caught up on YouTube. Be more caught up with the Bible. Just be caught up with God, man. Because really be caught up with what God says, the truth. Follow what the truth is. Because you're going to live your life eventually. You can't just live off YouTube and watching videos.
Yeah.
You got to live your life eventually.
Yeah.
So just follow what the word says, man. The truth. Because if you're living your life and the word is always true, you're going to be in reality. But if you're going to go
the farther like the world gets from reality, the harder it is going to be to understand and believe the Bible, bro. Because it's so far from like what?
Yeah. So reverence is important. Reverence about God is important. And be humble about it. That's always going back to being humble, not arrogant. Reverence for God. Just who is God? Like, why? Like, find out. It's a mystery. It should always be a mystery in a way for you. You know, it should always, like, you want to know more about Him. Because there's so much to learn. But as you live life, you're going to see it. You're going to see it, you know. But yeah, man, where did we go with this time? We went crazy. We're going, every time we get sidetracked.
I'm getting deep. I'm in my head going through a bunch of rabbit holes.
Yeah, so again, circling back to the rap stuff, don't want to be too caught up in this fanfare. We just want to be caught up with how this thing played out, what lessons we got, and how we can relate it to a biblical worldview.
Yeah.
Because it's reality.
Yeah.
Right? So that's my take on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say anything else.
I don't know about y'all, but listen, when I see things play out, with everything I look at, everything that happens, everything I see, the Bible is just keeps getting proven right.
That's true.
Like,
it gets proven right, and then we saw it at the high level. At the high level of the Worldly Challenge. We saw it at the high level of this music.
Yeah.
Where you got two big superstars. And we see it play out.
Everything.
The fake route and then the truth route.
Everything proves the Bible.
And the
right?
Bible is like, if you just follow that, you always be in the truth. You reflect.
Yeah.
You attack the character. Like
Drake
truth.
was fake. Was like
Manipulative.
doing manipulative, snaky things.
Snaky.
Kendrick
devilish type
Kendrick
of ways.
has just been like pure with his artistry.
Humble.
He's been like humble. He's been minding his business. He's been peaceful. He talks about his music. He's been raising his son.
Well, yes,
family. And look what happens.
Family.
It backfires when you do evil. All this stuff backfires.
It does. It gets back at you. And you know what I like about that last album? Just going real quick about he did mention that he is not your savior. Kendrick is not your savior, you know.
Yeah, the world
all
put
the
that on
athletes
him.
are not their savior,
Yeah.
you know. He says, "Yeah, I'm not your savior. He can't be. No human being can be your savior because they're gonna just. It's always gonna get to them. That pressure, everything just crumbled up because they're gonna look at themselves."
And he said, and on the album, he also said, "This time I'm not gonna be somebody else. Like I'm not rapping as somebody else. Like this is the first album." Like I think the first one was to Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad City.
It was like a overall picture of like the environment he grew up in. But the last one was him again speaking from himself. Before that, they were kind of like speaking from everyone else.
Yeah.
That's what the Heart Part 5 was. With him changing his face in the video. He's saying, "I'm you. Like I'm all of us. I'm just like you.
Right.
Like I fall too." And that's cool. And the last one, he realized it like.
Yeah, that was one of the most human albums, Mr. Morale. It was like his flaws. The flaws, because it ends in that way. You know, he had to try to like get help for himself.
Choose me.
You know, he had to get help for himself because any human being will come clean and they know that they got problems, bro. We're all sinners and we can't be nobody's savior. Only Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, bro, the God man.
Yeah.
He's the only one perfect. They didn't have depression like us.
Yeah.
And was able to bear the weight of the sins of the world, bro.
Yeah.
Who can do that? Kendrick can't do that. Future can't do that. No other artist or rapper that you listen to and you think, wow, this guy's amazing, this guy can understand everything. Nope.
Yeah.
He's a human being, he's a sinner.
Yep.
And they know it.
Yep.
And if they're out of touch, even worse, Drake, he's conflicted.
Yeah.
He's conflicted. So that's why you never hear Drake talk about how deep like his struggles are. Or he doesn't get into that. It gets into worldly advice.
I just hope, man. I hope Drake finally grows up and realizes what he's been doing.
That would be a crazy. If
Drake can finally put out an adult album.
If Drake becomes an adult and accepts the truth, we won't even.
I'm
we
down,
don't even,
I'm
we
down
don't
to
even know.
still dance. I'm down to still sing.
Yeah, but
like, bro, stop talking like you're 18.
Imagine an adult coming to adulthood and accepting adulthood and being like
having
reflective?
an actual reflective album. And what's the word called?
That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
That's kind of fire. Reflective, yeah, reflective.
Introspective album.
Yeah, man, that would be amazing. But will we ever get that? I doubt it. For somebody that if you want to be prideful and arrogant, you don't want to get into those topics.
What was he saying? Summer vibes is coming.
Yeah, just like more let the music play.
More bops.
And yeah, you forget about, the truth. But if the truth escapes you, you're not going to have that. You're not going to have that. The truth escaping you. You're not going to have those introspective albums.
Man.
You're not going to grow as an artist.
I pray Drake takes this break he needs to take.
There you go.
He's supposed to take.
Oh my.
Reflect. Let God touch him. Let him realize the error of his ways. And he becomes a tool for God's glory.
What did Kendrick say? Forget a rap battle. This a long life battle with yourself.
Exactly what I just said.
That's important. So if you're an artist or just a human being, man, take that long life battle with yourself.
I'm the only one. You mess with the only one that can offer you some help.
Somebody can help you, right? Because he got therapy, and again, we always think that therapy and all that stuff is cool and all, but I always go back to the Bible because God is the one that created you, so He knows what's best for you.
No, therapy is good too.
Therapy is
we
good.
We don't want to downplay therapy.
No, I'm not downplaying that. It's good.
No. But yeah, because I feel like the church,
Oh yeah, the
or
church is
some
against
some
it.
believers maybe have a stigma like, oh, that's
Therapy,
psychology, and that that's the world's help.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what it is an ear to listen.
Yeah.
And it's someone that can look at your life objectively and talk to you without no personal attachment to you,
Yes, yes.
right? So at the end of the day, it's just fellowship, right? It's just counsel. That's all therapy
Yeah.
is. So I don't think it should.
And
be
I'm not
a
gonna lie, there
I
are some gifted counselors
yeah.
in the church, but those gifts are God gives. Not everybody's gifted in that field.
Yeah.
Some people think that they are, but they're not gifted in that in the church. And if they are, you would know. If they
Yeah.
are, you would know. But if they
Yeah.
aren't, you would know too, because you feel like, man, this person was horrible at counseling.
I
This
ain't gonna lie.
took me away,
My wife
drove
told me
me
that the
off.
other day. She was like, counseling is not your gift. I was like, yeah, I know.
Yours is that your
Yeah,
strength?
I don't think it's my strength.
John
It's not
MacArthur
my
either. He's not good at
Yeah,
counseling.
yeah.
So that's a gift. That's a gift. And then certain people, do it as a profession.
Man, maybe that should be next time. You know what? That's gonna be our next doctrine of the day. Lord willing. The gifts of the Spirit, bro.
Ooh.
I love
So that's
that.
good that we mentioned that about counseling and therapy. Some people do it as a profession, and that's actually
And
their
there's
gift.
some really good Christian therapists too.
Yeah, I have a friend that went to a professional counselor. He was a believer.
Yeah,
And he did it for a couple months, and he said it was healing.
I bet.
It
Yeah.
was healing for a lot of the stuff.
I need
he went
that,
through.
bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I think a lot of
need
men,
it, bro.
we need it. A lot of men need it, and we don't do that enough, bro. We don't really do
Not
that.
from our demographic, not from our culture. We don't. People from our culture don't do it, bro.
We should, yeah, we do. I don't know why, but we should. I mean, it's getting big now. People be bringing more awareness to it, but we should be doing that.
That's why that Kendrick album honestly is important too. Like, I hate to keep going back to that, but
We seek therapy. He gave the awareness to the therapy that men should, or
how it helped him.
How it helped him.
The fact that in the album he said, "Real don't do therapy." Remember making fun of how we think in our culture. Like I said, we don't do therapy, and so that's a good example of Kendrick doing that, man.
And and it is very personal because he did give some problems he had with his house, with his relationship.
He got deep with his.
He said some stuff there. He said some stuff there. He even talked about his family.
Yeah.
Said some deep things, but it's healing because he got therapy, and and for a believer, you should seek counsel. You should seek counsel, gifted counsel. Don't just go to anybody. Go to trusted. Go to the people that
Take that log out your
are
eye.
true counselors.
Take that log out your eye, bro.
Take the log out your eye.
Before you can try to counsel someone else, right?
That's true too.
You get some counsel.
Yes.
Log out of your eye, and you can see other aspects.
Agree. So yeah, that's important.
So,
Wow.
man, I be preaching to myself.
Yeah.
The Lord be preaching to me. Listen, this
is
for
fire.
me.
This is crazy, bro.
That's
Listen,
good, but we
man.
got a few minutes to
Next.
go.
Teachers and preachers we recommend. You want to get into that?
So,
Yes, sir.
for our next edition of
the segment.
shout out, teacher shout outs,
Teachers and preachers
influencers
that Grace and Space recommends.
Yes, Grace and GSP stamp. Boom. Put that on there, bro. You gotta put that on.
I did that last time.
Okay. So, the first one, this edition is gonna be the classic version. We're gonna go back in time in church history.
Yes, these gentlemen are no longer in the physical
No longer
with us.
They're
in
with the
physical
Lord.
with
They
us,
are
with the
present
Lord.
with the Lord.
Yes.
And we're gonna start with in chronological order. So we're gonna go farthest back first, and move closer to our time. So
A little closer at time.
first one is
John Wycliffe.
John Wycliffe.
John Wycliffe. So this is a old school believer. He was I don't know if he was the first, but I know he translated the Bible from Latin to English. And
The church was really against that.
Yeah, the church was against that. He actually was a really learned guy. Like he really wanted to study the scriptures and learned. He went to I think Oxford or Princeton. He went to one of those schools and he was really learned, and he really was he was convicted. He was convicted because I read a little bit about his life. So in his life, he saw a lot of tragedy and people die and stuff. So he was really focused on the Bible, like what was God's answers to things, But one of his things was to translate the Bible, and
He thought everyone should have more access
to it.
Like
Yeah,
the
so
lay people.
you should read it. You know,
and
so
the church was like they only wanted.
So the Catholic Church
yeah.
actually was against that. They wanted the basically the Pope or the people in power to be the ones that be able to read the scriptures and tell it to the people.
Yep.
You know, and he thought that he didn't think like that. He wanted the people should have access. The laymen should have access to these things. So that was his mission, and you know he did it. He did it, and there was a lot of attempts to stop him by the the government. And there was a lot of attempts from the church to be like, no, you can't do this. This is against the rules. It's against,
it's dangerous. People are going to make all types of doctrines and all that.
And you know what? Through all that persecution, I believe that God's sovereignty, he protected him. Because he didn't get killed.
Yeah.
He didn't get killed. Yeah. There was a lot of times where like, oh, we're going to have this meeting with him. We're going to, tell him to stop. And he didn't stop. He's just like, nah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. He just kept doing it and doing it. And he garnered like respect from people in authority that they protected him as well. So John Wycliffe is a good
legend, man.
Example, a good example to be strong in the faith. Stand on your business. Stand on business. Stand for what you believe in. God, and then God helped him. And
if it wasn't for him, I mean, think about how long would it have been for us to get these translations?
Yeah. He lived a pretty long life. I think he died like around Christmas or something like that.
Them Catholic churches will have some Pharisee in them, bro.
The Catholic Church was so mad. I believe they were so mad that he translated the Bible that after he died, I think they dug up his bones and tried to burn it. That's how mad the Catholic Church was at this stuff.
Wow.
Because they consider that heretic. How mad you gotta be when somebody already passed away and they dig up your bones to burn them up, man. That's sickening. But I'm not taking shots at the Catholic Church. I'm just telling you what happened, right? I'm just telling you what happened.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at me. Be mad at what happened.
Forget John Wick, man. They didn't make a John
Wycliffe.
30 years after his death, John Wycliffe's body was exhumed, burned to ash, and thrown into the River Swift. Why? Because in 1382 AD, Wycliffe started publishing his translation of the Bible into Middle English. This Herculean task was not done overnight. Wycliffe, a theologian and Oxford professor, believed that the Bible should be accessible to all. His translation was different from most English Bibles today. Wycliffe translated directly from the Latin Vulgate, rather than Hebrew and Greek, as those ancient languages were not widely available yet in universities in England. Wycliffe has often been called the Morning Star of the Reformation, and laid the groundwork for future English translations.
A John Wick movie.
They gotta need to make a John Wycliffe movie because this man was a gangster. He was like, yo, nah, let's go to the meeting. I'm rolling out of here. Nobody's gonna touch me. And he walked out of there. Like, I think they described his, he was like a tall, skinny guy. Like a Snoopy. Snoop Dogg. Like he walked out of there like cool.
Okay,
but so John Wycliffe is our recommended read about him.
Yeah, if you can come up with a biography or something, we'll put it right here.
Oh yes. Somebody gifted me a book. I think it's called God's Generals, or 5 Generals, something like God's Generals, and he's one of those guys.
Okay.
So I recommend that book.
That's cool. All right.
And his biography is not that, it's a few pages. You can learn a lot, and it's pretty straightforward, and it's amazing. So John Wycliffe for the win.
Number one. Number 2, a little forward in time.
A little bit forward
from
in
the
time.
streets of London.
Oof.
My man. Charles Spurgeon. Now, Charles Spurgeon, you might heard of him before. If you know a little about church history, he's called the Prince of Preachers.
That's right.
He started, I think, preaching at 17 years old. I think pastoring or preaching at 17.
Wow.
And he was captivating. He would gather people from all over the area to his churches when he preached. And he had a immense capacity for work. He wrote many books in a short period of time. I think he died pretty young. He battled with depression.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he was really big on God's sovereignty.
Yes.
Very powerful sermons. To this day, you can look him up on YouTube. And we'll put maybe a book here, one of his biggest books here.
He has a lot of quotes. A lot of people, when you hear the church, a lot of people quote a lot of his work.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah, he did a lot in a very short period of time.
Is it true he had he used to smoke a lot of cigarettes? Oh no, cigars.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the theologians back in the time smoked tobacco.
I heard a story about him. that you know, that was his like almost like an addiction, almost in a point.
Yeah.
Where eventually something happened where he kind of just gave it up. I don't know, man. Like, I still got to brush up on history, but it's kind of cool. I think he saw like a shirt or something that said, you know, Charles Spurgeon, and then had a cigar next to him or something like that. Then he got convicted so much, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna let this go. That's gangster. That's tough.
Another gangster. We got some Christian gangsters.
Oh, the old school Christians.
Super gangster, bro.
Stand on business and are gangster.
Standing on business.
They stand on business. They're really about that life.
On this day in 1861, something extraordinary happened here in London. Charles Spurgeon had been a fascinating, powerful, and extremely popular preacher. Encore! He preached for several years in a building that used to stand in this street. It was a 1,000-person capacity building. But on this day, 18th of March, 1861, they moved here. To the Metropolitan Tabernacle. The Metropolitan Tabernacle Church fed, housed, taught so many people in that time before the welfare state that it was said that if it was to close, all of London would mourn. Years later, this great man of action would say, "My theology is very simple. I can express it in a few words, and they are enough to die by. Jesus died for me."
I think God shows favor when you really stand firm. And God tells us to stand firm. He tells us that.
Yeah.
You know, so
church history, man, that's another thing. Good thing that this is why we wanted to, you know, do the classical version of the
I gotta brush up on my church history. That's probably, if I have a weak area, I gotta do church history to brush up more. Like, I kind of love it.
Yeah.
But I gotta brush up on church history, and
it's a lot, dude.
It's a lot.
2,000 years, kid.
That's true. It's a lot. But there's figures that I do think that we gotta give light to.
That are essential.
So John Wycliffe, Charles Spurgeon,
and a quick little side note, if you want. You know, there's another person that we shouted out here for music, Shai Lynn. Shai Lynn has an amazing song, one of my favorite songs from him, called Charles Spurgeon.
About him. Yeah.
And it's like basically like a biography.
A rap song.
Yeah, a rap biography of Charles Spurgeon.
That's amazing.
And so that's how I got introduced actually to Charles Spurgeon.
That's right. I remember hearing that. Yeah,
it's a great song.
Good song. So so
we'll put that right here.
In a place called Water Beach, grace with the sort of speech that even made the old folks say, "This boy can preach." In fact, he was so crafted after the master, a Baptist church snatched him and asked him to pastor. At the time, he was 17 years old, on fire for the King who redeemed his soul. People flocked from everywhere. It was quite a scene. Called to a church in London at the age of 19. He was more than ready to his Lord. He was dedicated, even though he was never formally.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, listen to that. So Charles Spurgeon, definitely, we recommend.
Yep.
Recommend, bro. If you're a Christian, you should know who that is.
You need to know.
You should know who that is. He's an old school classic guy. And then the third,
for number 3,
there's another classical. His name is Billy
Graham. When was he in his prime? What was that? The 60s, 70s?
Yeah, he was there. It was
70s?
Like 50s, 60s.
Not 50s.
He's old school.
Maybe
man.
70s.
70s.
I don't know, but
yeah. 56. I'm thinking 60s.
We'll have it here.
We'll have it there, but
so Billy Graham.
Graham. This man was a big, mega preacher, evangelical.
Yeah.
He was an evangelist. He was the mega evangelical of the day.
What is evangelism?
Evangelical is basically somebody that shares the gospel, to evangelize people.
Yeah.
Kind of like to try to give you the gospel, just the gospel. They don't even get into a lot of things. Just want to give you,
it's the
want to get people saved. Missionary to get people in the faith saved.
Yeah.
The saving work of Christ. So when you look at Billy Graham, his sermons, he went to stadiums.
Yeah.
Like stadiums. We're talking about.
Some of us commit self-righteous sins. The sins of the mind, pride. We think we've done it. We think we scientists have built it all. All we're doing is discovering laws that God put there in the first place and allowed us to discover and gave us the brains to discover them with. We should be giving thanks to God for it all, but instead we claim it. And so we come to the Bible as a critic of the Bible, and we say, well, that doesn't agree with my intellect, I'll just tear that out. I don't think God's like that. And so we make a God of our own conception. I tell you tonight, we should be thanking the true and the living God for all that He's done, but instead we harden our hearts against Him. You turn to Jesus Christ tonight. Give Him your life.
About thousands and thousands of people you know, mega stadiums, Yankee stadiums, you know, football fields, where in crusades where there's back in the day, man. So
he's on TV and everything.
On TV and everything. He was really well known in America, and his mission was to preach the gospel. Now, I do admit his theology wasn't that deep. It's very straightforward. It's pretty simple.
Well, I think that's because he was a traveling preacher, right? And so it's like his aim is to reach the lost,
right?
And it wasn't like it wasn't to get to the meat of the matter with the same group of people,
right?
You know, it is to outreach.
You know that they asked him later in his life, like, "Oh, what you wish you would have done more?" He's like, he actually said, like, study the Bible more, like study a little bit more what the Bible says, like, because he was so focused on the gospel.
Yeah.
Like, if you really look at all his messages, I've heard, I think like 100 or probably like close to 100 or probably more of his
encouragement.
It's encouragement. It's always an invitation to salvation in his messages. Always.
So it's gospel and encouragement.
He's always trying to, like, you know, and if anybody, you know, come down,
he had a really good gift of encouragement, man.
Oh yeah,
he would rile you up. He would rile the troops.
I love Billy Graham. I love what Billy Graham did for America back in the day. And, you know, back in the day, America was a little bit better when it came to morality. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that far gone.
Yeah.
As today's a little bit worse. Well, it's a lot worse. But back in the day, it was a little bit more decency with certain things. So Billy Graham was brought up in a perfect time. God brought him up in a perfect time to preach to those that needed to hear the gospel. And he reached a lot of
And it's important to note that as he got older, some of his views got a little weird, a little shaky, a little off the path of traditional Orthodox, you know, belief, essential belief. But that goes to show how important doctrine is, right? Mm-hmm. Even if you're doing evangelism, you know, you got to study your word. You got to get to the deep things.
100%.
You got to rightly divide the word of truth, because, you know, everything in the Bible is divided in so many places, and you got to connect the dots.
Yeah.
And if you don't, man, you know, as you get older, or even now, you know, you start drifting off into weird beliefs that are not biblical.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you got to connect the dots to yourself if you're not doing it from the scripture.
Yeah. You got to keep studying, because you could get rusty. Man, I think I'm rusty right now. I honestly feel like I'm rusty right now. Like, of course, we're gonna like try to be as biblical as we can, and not go off track and stand on the Bible. But we could get rusty.
Calling this episode standing
on business.
Standing on business.
Yeah, we have to. So Billy Graham did that early on, and, you know, so that was his main focus, just gospel, the good news. What's the good news to get you saved? What's the good news? Salvation, Jesus Christ. That was his main thing, and he did that. He did that for years and years. You know, so much that, you know, that he was recognized. He went to, you know, a president's stuff.
And you probably heard his name. This probably, you know, if you ever heard the first two, you most likely have heard Billy Graham.
Billy Graham, and I think he died at an old age too.
Really old age.
I think like 99 or 100.
Not too long from now. Not too long.
Not that long ago. But he was up there. He was recognized by presidents, man. He was recognized by presidents. So, Billy Graham, I recommend you listen to old school Billy Graham sermons. He has an app as well. I'll put it on the screen. Mm-hmm. I have the app, you know. It has all his sermons. Remember, these are old sermons, so if the video is going to be black and white, most likely, you know. But that's cool, man.
Show a little clip.
Yeah.
But today, there's a great deal of leisure time. Time on your hands. What do you do with your leisure time? You tell me what you do with your leisure time. Tell me what you do when you are supposed to be at recreation. I'll tell you what kind of a person you are. Are you investing this time, redeeming the time because the days are evil? Are you counting the hours and the minutes as they go by and investing them for God and for disciplined purposes of wisdom and knowledge and growth? Or do you spend all of your time watching TV or at the films, reading trashy literature, spending your time just gossiping away the hours? These precious jewels that will never come again. Invest your time for God. Invest your time wisely.
Yeah, we'll put a little clip of Billy Graham. So yeah, man.
Okay.
Billy Graham, bro. So yeah, these are the teachers and preachers we recommend. Proved. So there you go. Those are the three: John Wycliffe, Charles Spurgeon, Billy Graham. That's
Classical version.
Classical.
Episodes.
Classic, man.
So I think that wraps up most of our topics.
That's it. When it get you know, the last topic, the sports topic. Gotta wrap this up, bro.
Get sporty. Let's get sporty.
Bro, listen. You want to start with NFL or you got any news in NFL or nah? Tom Brady just got roasted.
We're not even gonna talk about that.
We don't want to
that
talk
was
about that. That was bad.
Wild.
That was
I felt bad watching that.
That was bad. Tom Brady should never agree to that stuff.
Patriots. Jerome Mayo, you know, he's going to be coaching. He used to be a player. We talked about this before. And we got a good quarterback in the draft. So I'm hopeful. I'm not going to lie. Since Belichick left and we getting this good quarterback, I'm starting to get the love back for the Patriots.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But I haven't been keeping track of the sports.
I mean, they're you know, it's not active right now, but they're just making moves.
No, but there's things I could have been keeping track of.
Okay.
But like I said, this whole rap beef and everything that's been like uncovered after that, I just my recommended has been just flooded with that stuff. You watch one video or two videos of one topic, it's just boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I need to catch back up on it. So I'll let you take it, bro.
NBA. The NBA has been going crazy. We're in the playoffs right now. Listen, my Warriors, I think last episode, that's how bad it was. The last episode, my Warriors had one chance and we lost.
I think last episode they were already gone. No?
Listen, man, I don't know, bro. All I know is my Warriors are gone. The Lakers are gone.
You
know, so you have to worry about
Murray
that.
hit him with the 3.
Murray.
Send him home.
And then remember how I was raving about the Knicks, and I love the Knicks, and they're great.
They fell off?
Today they fell off.
They lost?
Today, Game 7. Yeah.
Out of the playoffs?
It was a win-or-lose situation.
No.
It was for them to advance to the Eastern Finals. Eastern Conference Finals. I know. New York is sad right now. I'm sad, and I'm a Warriors fan, and I'm not fake. I just wanted the Knicks to win because I'm in the East Coast, but like, bro, it was very sad, you know. But it was too many injuries. 6 main guys were injured. Like, basically, the starting team was injured. 6. You know how many players play in the court?
Yeah.
This is about 6 for 6.
Yeah, that's crazy. Gotta put a jersey on.
Starting five. But you know, listen, man, like, it's just too many injuries plagued the Knicks, and they took it to Game 7. But when you get injured, when your main guys get injured and you got the backups, it's gonna be very difficult to win the game. You know, it's just difficult because the other guys are more experienced, and the Pacers, they didn't have injuries really. They didn't really have, maybe like one person was injured, but that's it. Knicks had 6 main guys injured. 6. Can you imagine 6 main guys?
That's over. I mean,
imagine losing Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's over.
Gronk. Like, everybody that's important, basically. You only like 2 people that were like, okay. So, you know, so the Knicks are gone. So what's left is the Nuggets. They play today. They're playing a Game 7 today. So I'm praying for the Nuggets to win because that's my last hope. I want Joker to win. So I got Joker. The Nuggets versus the Timberwolves. Today they're playing the Game 7. You win or lose, go home to advance. So you got the Nuggets, Timberwolves in the West, and the Mavericks. Those are 3 teams right now. And in the East, you got Celtics, Pacers. That's it.
Remember, I think, wasn't it me that was saying it was going to be the Nuggets to the Knicks? It's probably going to be the Nuggets and...
I would say Nuggets and Knicks and maybe Celtics, but I still go with Nuggets and Celtics.
I think Nuggets and Celtics.
I want that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because right now it's a Game 7 with the Nuggets, and they got to win, bro. Because I think they could beat the Mavericks. Yeah, I think they could beat the Mavericks next round, but this is important, so we're going to find out. Because then you're going to get a weird game. You're going to get the, what?
I kind of want Luka to get a ring, though.
So it's going to be Mavericks, what? Mavericks and Celtics or Pacers?
Why not?
You want Luka to get a ring? Oh, yeah, because Joker got a ring. And Luka, bro.
Luka deserves it, bro. Luka's dope, bro.
Luka might be my 3rd favorite player.
I think he's my favorite, bro.
And we're talking about Curry in NBA. My first is Curry always. 2nd is Joker, bro.
Yeah, you love Joker.
Joker's a center, bro. Joker's a center, and he's like my 2nd favorite because he doesn't care about basketball. He cares about his horses.
I just want to go home.
He wants to go home, race with his horse. He don't care about basketball. Yeah, he really does not care, and he just won the MVP again. This man does not care.
The 2nd MVP or 3rd?
This is a 3rd.
And back to back?
Back to back.
No way.
Well, last year they gave it to MB, but still it's a 3rd. 3rd in like 4 years.
In 4 years.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Has LeBron ever did that? 3 and 4 years?
No.
What?
No. Not 3 and 4. No way. That's hard to do. This is a small company. So not many people have done
What about the Yankees? Are they still doing good?
Yes. I don't know too much baseball, but I know that the Yankees been winning a lot. And remember, they have like 89
We gotta
games.
go to a Yankee game.
No. They have more than that. They got like double the games. They got so
They
many
got
games.
180 something like that.
Yeah, like times
160 or something like that.
140
something like that. Don't quote me, man. Something like that. Over 100.
180 probably.
Over 100
Like
for sure.
like 180, almost yeah, like 180
For sure.
Like it's a lot of games they have. I know that, but bro, the Yankees have been doing great. So the East Coast got that to look forward to. But yeah, man, right now the only hope we got in basketball is the Nuggets, man. Come on, Joker, pull this game, man. I gotta go home. I gotta watch.
I'm happy with either or. When's the game you said?
Right now, bro.
Oh.
Right now, I gotta pull out of here.
So we going to the bar right now?
No bars.
Come on, man, drinking ginger ale like you always
Ginger ale,
do.
yeah,
Getting
ginger
drunk
ale.
off the ginger ale. So yeah, we want to apologize for the long wait for this episode. If you have been waiting,
Yes.
if you give up on us, and like come back, man. We'll be back.
And sorry with the lighting. We just lost our lighting due to.
This is the longest episode I think.
This is the longest night. Yeah, we lost
Every
our
time
lighting.
we do episode is longer than the last.
Yeah, we just lost battery on the light. So so thank you for staying with us. Thank you for staying with us till the nighttime.
Yeah.
From the day to the night.
Summertime now it's gonna be.
Little
These
bit more
episodes are gonna start in the day, maybe end at night, depending on how late we start.
That's right. So that's it. That's
Summertime light. We got that summertime
good episode, man. I think we did all right.
Yeah, good
It
job.
was all
man.
right.
Good job.
Good
man.
job. All right,
See
brothers.
you soon.
So like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I'm the Space. He's the Grace.
Yes.
Peace out.
Peace.